Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. I always keep forgetting to mute that. Okay, so hopefully that is fixed. Well, what are we going to talk about today? Something that I don't know. Maybe I rarely get a chance to talk about. And I don't know. We could kind of talk about my dating experience. Do you guys really want to hear about that? Probably not. So, okay, let's not talk about that. Let's find ourselves something else to talk about. I'm just waiting for people to join the chat here. And until then, I will look at what is going on. Sound of Freedom gets international release. That's a good thing. Secret Invasion continues to destroy the MCU. Well, I kind of agree. And what else? Climate protester run over by lorry in Germany. Okay. Yeah, these climate protesters and what is it? Just stop the oil. I think I've covered many times before that the climate is what the climate is. It is always changing. And honestly, we've had it good. We've had it real good to the point where we are entitled to good weather. If you look over the past, I think maybe 2,000 years, which is really small compared to the history of our planet. And yes, even the Bible speaks of, a flood. And we know for a fact that we are coming out of an ice age. So naturally, whatever melted the ice is responsible for global warming. So I don't think that you can think that only we are responsible. It's always somebody else's fault. It's big business. It's everybody that drives their car to go to work. And these kids don't know who's paying for the education that they're going to get. Teachers are trying to push that, yes, we need to diminish our footprint. I mean, it's one thing to be wasteful. Like, okay, let's say I get, a big steak and I take 2 bites out of it and then I throw it away. That's being wasteful. A lot of people are very hungry and would like to eat the rest of that steak, and I just throw it in the trash because, you know what? I don't want to eat it. I'm not gonna get to the vegetarian debate here. I'm just saying, even if you take a salad, take 2 bites, throw the salad into the garbage. That's being wasteful, and that's what we need to work on. Not being so wasteful about things. On the other hand, we need to produce lettuce and we need to produce steaks, and there's all an industry around that. And for the lettuce and the steak to get to my house, we need to use whatever means of power that we can to do that. And although electric cars and trucks and all that is okay in certain climates, here in the winter, batteries, they have a pretty rough time. And we are not at the point yet where the torque of an electric motor can. Yes, there are electric motors that can have the torque required to move these large trucks. It's just that they haven't been mass produced yet, so the cost to getting it up there is astronomical. I mean, instead of paying $2 or $3 for your lettuce, even up to $5 here where I live, it would be $500. And if your mommy and daddy didn't go to work, then they can't earn an income, then they can't pay taxes, so then you can't go to school because there will be no schools. So I think a lot of people need to learn more and stop thinking that they know everything. Nobody know. I don't know everything. I'm just trying to figure out all these issues out. I don't have the answer to everything, obviously. I'm just saying that things have gotten way out of control. I mean, if something disrupts, it's one thing to protest the environment every single day, but then if the government passes a law that disrupts workers' lives and then the workers want to protest that new law, that's another thing. So I can't really get into this, I think, but people should have the right to protest and assemble and speak their minds. But on one hand, if we're protesting climate change and like my government loves taxing people for climate change for what they are not responsible, then people can protest a climate that supports the message of the government because that reinforces their right to tax people. If, the government passes a law that everybody needs to wear a spacesuit, well, I think that everybody that works in the kitchen in a restaurant where it's already very hot has to wear a spacesuit in the middle of winter or summer, whatnot. It's not going to be easy with these big gloves and stuff to cook the food. So essentially, it's hindering the point that they can't work no more. So if they go and protest, well, then the government will ask the law enforcement to intervene because it's disrupting people's lives. But if protesters block off streets and whatnot, then that's okay. So there's two measures, two weights, and basically we've had to recognize that there is no justice, there is no freedom. It's just all an illusion, sadly. Like a few years back, I moved to this village because I needed to get out of the big city. And then everything happened, and there's no longer any restaurants here, there's no work that I can do. And you guys see me, but I am paralyzed here. I can't use these fingers. They they don't want to collaborate. All my right side is pretty fudged up. I'm having a hard time walking and standing up for more than 5 to 10 minutes, then I fall down. Yeah, I am getting old. It's part of getting old, but certain things happen to me, and our best medical system in the world, healthcare system in the world, did not detect 20 years ago what was happening with my vertebrae. So, yeah, my spinal injuries were not detected and not treated. And so I'm suffering for it today. And I can't find work. And I need to find work. And I want to be useful to society. And for now, the only way I can do that is I do have the internet for now. I do have a computer. I do have a camera. So I am using the means at my disposal to try and make this world a better place. I have a voice. I am, you know, first and foremost, I think a French speaker, bilingual, so I think I can grab a bigger audience if I speak English. Hmm. Maybe I should do a French show. Maybe, I would get more local viewers if I spoke French. I don't know what my viewers would think about that. Nobody's chatting currently on YouTube, but I am also on Twitch and on Kick. I am trying to get onto Rumble. Unfortunately, I need like 5 subscribers and I've only got 3. So until I get 5 subscribers, I cannot stream on Rumble. I really would like to stream on Rumble, but I don't have enough viewers, and I've had my account now for 2 or 3 months. So that's like 1 viewer a month. And it's sad because I watch all these videos on YouTube and everybody's on the polar opposites of debates. And I'm trying to find middle ground, and nobody cares for the middle ground. It's a sad state of affair. You either love women or you hate women. You cannot pick and choose which ones you like and dislike, apparently. I probably need to do a show about women. And just, put 2 videos out there. One where I say that women are incredibly good and all this stuff, and one video that is evil, and see which one gets the most views. What would you think would happen? I think it would go strange. I think I should actually do a 3-part video. One where all the women are evil, one where all the women are goddesses, and then one that kind of does the middle ground. and see where the views land. Like, all women are good, all women are evil. And then another video, well, most women are just okay. I don't know how that would work out. I don't know what you folks think of that. It's just an idea, it's just a concept. Hmm. Yeah, I do have a few reviews that I'm working on. Season 2 trailer for The Wheel of Time has come out, so I do want to do a reactions to that trailer. I've also started to watch Special Ops, The Lioness. I've gotten through the first episode. Yeah, it's definitely girl power, but is it good? Is there a story to be told here? Unfortunately, it's one show a week, so I'll probably have to watch the entire season to figure that one out. And I guess I kind of do have to talk about Star Trek, since I am one of those who are interested in the next trial. That's going to be out in a couple of months, but I see that lately it's one of the videos that's been doing well. And by doing well, I mean 30 to 40 views, which is a lot for me. Not all my videos hit 600 views. So, we'll see how this goes. Yeah, CNN's been covering America's UFO secrets and exposed. UFOs, really? Like, I watch Ancient Aliens. I do not believe that we've been visited by aliens. I really don't. I kind of have this idea that it's impossible to travel, do space travel. For any biological, even AI, I don't think even a computer can travel at the speed of light or faster. Yeah, you can imagine that, oh, they would have, if they can space travel, then they would have the technology to preserve biological entities in the spacecraft. Think of it. You have to build a spacecraft that can go at the speed of light and then have whatever occupants are in there survive the trip. I don't think so. It's just too much. It's just too much. Maybe one day I'll be proven wrong, but in the some 50 years that I've been on this planet, I have seen some strange thing one time in the sky. I saw something really strange. Something that wasn't traveling, it was traveling, like this, really fast, stopped, and then just, I don't know what that was. Was it somebody playing with the clouds with a laser pointer? Was it an actual something there in the sky that Seemed like it. Because of that, because I saw that when I was like 16 years old, I was sitting in a car, making out with my girlfriend at the time. Then we stopped and just started talking about life stuff, looking, and we both saw it up there in the sky. And we turned to each other and said, "Did you just see what I saw?" "Yeah." "Did you see what I just saw?" "Yeah." "Is that what I think I saw?" You know, that kind of conversation. I'm not sure, but it pretty much looks like I think what we saw. It was, kind of looks like a UFO, but I wasn't close enough. I wasn't up there in the sky. I didn't see it fly around me. And later on, it's like, no, there's not one alien that has come down and tried to speak to me, which is life the same everywhere in the universe? Are there different types of life forms? Do our brains work the same way? Do we all have brains? Do we just work on instinct? All these kind of questions, but I'm just wasting time thinking about it and not addressing the real issues that need to be addressed. It's kind of like believing that there are ghosts, and I get into my car and then I get into the passenger side because maybe there's a ghost sitting in the driver's side. Well, then the car's not going to go anywhere. Then if I start driving down the road and I decide to swerve just in case that there was a ghost there and I don't want to go through it. And I stop at the grocery store and I start talking to the ghost, saying maybe he'll manifest itself. So should I buy some food for it? So you can't go through life adapting your reality to something that's not there, that's invisible, that doesn't really impact you. Yes, I mean, I could be in my house and a door suddenly shuts down, even though there's, closes or opens, even if there's not a draft or a window open or a door open. Oh, maybe I hear noises in the attic. Maybe there's a ghost walking up there. I mean, if it's a noise that keeps you awake night after, you kind of do have to address that because it's preventing you from sleeping. But if not, you can't coordinate your life to things that are not there. Even if you do believe in ghosts, well, you can kind of drive through it. I can sit in the driver's seat, even if there's a ghost already there. Hey, Dorian, opinion on the Romanian-Hungarian War of 1919 that ended with the glorious Romanian forces occupying the Hungarian capital, Budapest. Uh, okay, well, see, this is something that I am not very much aware of. But that's around the First World War. And if I'm not mistaken, some of this stuff led to the Second World War. So what happens in Europe is always, that's why everybody's, whether you're against the war in Ukraine or for it or whatever, it's never a good thing. War is never a good thing. It never ends when it ends, and it spawns all kinds of different. It's like a tree, and branches grow in all directions, and hatred is hatred, and it's not good. I don't know of any solutions to anything. Like I said, I don't know everything. I don't have a solution to everything. Unfortunately, there's always an occupation. There used to be Indians here in America, and then Europeans came over, and then so what do we do? And I'm not saying our government is better or worse than the one that was there before. So I can't say that I do have an opinion. I mean, okay, back in 1919, it would be occupation, but we are in 2023, halfway through, almost going heading towards 2024. So we are over 100 years now later. I think the culture has changed. I think that families have been destroyed, and there's anger built into each generation that is living under the occupation, if we can call it that. So at some point, people need to talk to one another and find some middle ground. I mean, we are all humans, and we need to acknowledge that. We all have feelings. Not everybody, can understand or grasp all the intricacies of what every decision, all the consequences to everybody's actions. But we've been through so many wars, and we just keep repeating and repeating and repeating. We are not learning from history. We are just repeating the same things over and over again. So there is no magic solution. At some point, people need to agree to disagree and try to find a way to move forward. I don't know if anything I am saying, Dorian, makes any sense. I would like to hear more of what you think should happen. Like, it's hard for me to give an opinion when I wasn't there. And, like, pretty much everything, if you look in hindsight, war is never a good thing. Whether it be the Romanian, Hungarian, or any war. You know, like, yes, I think it's wrong that Russia tries to, grab Ukraine for itself. They are brothers and sisters. And I do understand that Ukraine wants to kind of self determine its path in life. But I've been to Ukraine when it first was freed and became an independent country. And they had massive problems with corruption then. And it was an issue that was never dealt with. It's just a way of life. And it takes generations to change that mindset. And unfortunately, they never started addressing it. So everything just became more and more corrupt. And that's not a good thing to have your neighbor corrupt to that point. Now, having said that, uh, yes, I live in Canada, and I think Americans are corrupt. And the Americans were complaining that Mexico was corrupt because the cartels were paying off the politicians. So it was pretty much if you stay out of the way of the cartels, you can live your life. So, and I think that even my country is really corrupt. So I don't have any say in what happens in Ukraine and in Russia when I think that there's issues home in my country that need to be addressed. I do think that every politician that says he is elected into wanting to do some work for the people is bullcrap nowadays. There was a time when we came out of the First World War and people tried to go on with their lives as if nothing happened and issues were not resolved, and it pushed us into a second World War that really was not good for anybody, and it did become a world war, and it did affect everybody all around the globe. And after that, there was some real politicians wanting to make this world better, to not go through what they went through, to never go through that again. But then as we made the world better and people got have time to think about themselves and wanting things for themselves, and it's all become me, nobody else is important, then politicians began to become corrupted again. Hey, Prefer the Habit, how are you today? What's going on? What are you up to today? I was trying to answer Dorian, but I think you just came in to ask me a question that is. You saw another three movies yesterday? Did you enjoy them? And I'm guessing the answer is yes, and I'm guessing you're going to go and see another three movies today. Is that Asian film festival still going on? How long does this festival last? I would think that it lasts like 3 or 4 days, but seems to be like something that's going on all week. Well, I'm glad you're having a good time. I also found a couple of shows that I kind of liked, and I'm gonna review them. So, okay, so it is like a really a 2 week thing. Okay. Yeah, New York does things over the top, I guess. Like here in Montreal, if we have a festival, well, I say here in Montreal, I live now 7 hours away from Montreal. But Montreal has this Just for Laughs festival, it has this jazz festival, but all these festivals just last 1 week. By the end of the week, you're looking forward to the next festival because you're pretty much fed up of the current one. 56 movies in all, and you've already seen 30. Wow. I cannot do that. I cannot watch 30 movies in 1 week. Wow. Hey, you should have a YouTube channel and you should review these movies. On the other hand, if you're spending time reviewing, then you don't have the time to watch the movies anymore. So, yeah, I agree. Sometimes it's better to just be the passenger and enjoy life. I'm a passenger. Just watching these things go through, and I'm having fun. I'm doing that in my own way. Really? It ruins the enjoyment. Okay, why? Review, well, yeah, okay. If you have to sit down and it feels like work, then it takes away from the enjoyment, I guess. But reviewing is also like sitting down and talking about a movie with your friends. And oh, did you see this part of the movie? And I like that. And so basically, you're just talking why you liked the movie or you didn't like it. And you're talking to some. I'm not here to do an objective and see if the cameraman's angles were correct, if the lighting was correct. I'm not here to criticize the art form. I just want to know if I was entertained and what I liked about it. Yeah, the algorithm, which nobody knows because nothing makes sense. You know, my views were starting to go up, and then Canada passed this law that the government gets to decide what is broadcasted here in Canada. So YouTube says, okay, well, then fewer people in the United States are going to see my videos now, and more people in Canada, and people in Canada don't care about stuff because they care about the government because the government's screwing us over so badly that only political debates, which I'm not interested in doing, but I guess I do vote, so I do have a voice and I need to chase that algorithm. I guess, yeah, it kind of does. See, I'm not aware of all of this stuff, so I just speak my mind and hopefully, viewers, you know, I'll get one viewer and then I get another one eventually. Today, nothing much. I've been all over the place. I was thinking of doing like three videos. One where I do a video that I say why I hate women. One video saying why women are good and they're the best creatures in the universe. And then a third video to say that women are just okay. And see which one of the movies or videos gets the most views. But nothing much. I've been, talking about this war thing because Dorian had a question about it, but he never did a follow up on his question. So I'm confused. And I've talked about, these protesters, talking about climate change. The force is female. Yeah, well, I did that yesterday. Yesterday was the verdict on Star Wars, and they were found guilty on all counts. So after doing 3 months of Star Wars on trial, they've been found guilty. Now, I was hoping that the next series from Film Threat would revolve around Doctor Who, but unfortunately, the viewers decided to vote for Star Trek. And I'm like, everybody was saying they won't be able to find anybody to defend Star Trek. And I'm like, I can do that. I can do it, and I'm always looking for the middle ground. So, yes, there is a lot of new Star Trek that I hate. But unlike Star Wars, where I really pretty much hated everything, well, even though I hated pretty much everything, I did like that episode where Luke Skywalker appeared in The Mandalorian. I really like that episode. So even though there's a lot of crap, there's still good in there. Yes. Yes. I saw the previews for the next episode. I don't know what to think, but I did like the crossover episode. Like, I do not watch Lower Decks at all. And the episode kind of started with the cartoon version of the episode. And then they found this gate and they went through the gate and appeared into the real world. And from there, I watched it. None of it made any sense to me, but it was entertaining, so I liked it. It wasn't trying to preach an agenda, so I liked it. I hated season 1 and 2 of Picard, but I love season 3. I hate a lot, or 99% of Discovery, but there was still some good ideas here and there that were not well executed. And I don't think that doing a musical is a good thing. But on the other hand, Star Trek has been around for what now? 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010, 2020. It's been around for 70 years, 60 years. So I'm okay with them doing a musical. It's not made for me, but out of the thousands of episodes that is Star Trek, it's okay to have one musical or two musicals. My problem with it is that it's not going to be well implemented. There's not going to be a storyline to justify the musical. 5, 25, 22. Okay. Let me try to find this. Okay, let's see what we can do here about that. Bum bum bum. Okay. That, this. Yeah, I can end the show with this because I do have to go and do some groceries. So I'm gonna have to wrap up this show for today. But okay, let's see here what we can do. Trailer for 5-25-77. So I'm guessing this is going back to, I was like, what? Less than 5 years old or over. Anyways, I was below 10 years old. I was still a child. Let's see where this goes. Fortunately, no sound because I don't want any copyright issues. Moonwatcher. Oh, this is something about. Okay. This is night. Ah, it's the day that Star Wars was released in theaters. I didn't see the first Star Wars then. I was playing with the toys. and it was a phenomenon. In 77, I had some action figures, and so did my friends. I hadn't seen the movie. I saw the movie when it came out on TV, which was a year afterwards. This is something I like. I'm gonna have to rewatch this with the sound and everything. From the producers of Star Wars presents a true story of a boy, a girl, and the movie. Okay. I still kind of don't put the movie in context, but wow. Okay. So it took them 15 years to make this movie. That is super crazy. Okay, so I can definitely see where this guy was pretty much influenced by everything he saw in the movies to make his own movie. Like, oh, I see an aliens movie, I need to put aliens in my movie. Oh, I see Top Gun, I need to put, jet fighters in there. Certain things were like from 2001, and then the moon landing things, and then, maybe Cosmo 1999, where you have this thing on the moon, and certain things about ET. Yeah. Flying bicycles. Let's put that in the movie. So, wow. But 15 years to make your movie? I kind of do want to make a movie. I've been talking these past couple of days with some friends, and it's like now that Star Wars is wrecked, now that the MCU is wrecked, and they wrecked the Rings of Power, Lord of the Rings. They're going through all the IPs. Doctor Who is crap. There is, Dungeons and Dragons. All these things, IPs, intellectual properties, have been put into the ground. I think it's time that we did a Battletech movie. I truly, honestly do think that now would be the time to launch a new franchise, something that could be good. Everybody's afraid to. There's always been talk about a Battletech movie. People have always been afraid that it wouldn't be well received and that they wouldn't get any money back from their investment. But as we are noticing that now's kind of the time. Everybody's fed up of this Hollywood crap. And you don't need a big budget like The Sound of Freedom, like the movie Kathy, that you had me watch, which was done with a $5 million budget. I think it was $10 million for The Sound of Freedom, and it made, all these, B-rated movies are beating out the blockbusters with have like $200 or $300 million budgets. So I do think it's time for a BattleTech movie. That's just my 2 cents. So, okay, that was the official trailer. I will have to look into this one. Hmm. So, yep, you two have a good day because, yeah, I do have to wrap things up here. No, I thank you for the chat. And I don't know, I should probably say this before leaving. I do have a Rumble site, and I don't have enough uh, subscribers or followers to be able to stream. I need 5 followers on Rumble to be able to stream there, and I'm up to 3, and I kind of need 2 more. So I don't know if it's okay for me to ask the viewers if you want to go to my Rumble, and please click the follow button so that one day I can stream there as well. It would be much appreciated. In the meantime, continue watching some good movies. Have fun out there. Looking forward to our next chat. And be safe. See you tomorrows. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Whether it is on Twitch, YouTube, come and talk to me in Discord. The links are in my profile. It's easy to find. And I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you again so much.